Welcome here to class. It's good to have you. If you're here live, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're coming in on the website, watching the recording, thanks so much for tuning in that way. Tonight we're listening to an album by East Forest. It's called Possible. It's released just recently, actually, and I quite like it. Today I'm kind of feeling a little bit emotional, inwards feeling. So I probably won't do quite as much talking during class, which is why I chose this album for us to listen to, because it actually comes with some really nice spoken word in the background of the album. So if you do have access to something like that, please toss it on. Hey, Virginia, welcome to class. It's really great to have you joining. I was just talking about the album that we're going to use for the class, but you can see it in the comment section if you feel like grabbing it. But why don't you just start laying down right on your back in Shavasana? I'll join you. So come right down onto the back. Let the arms open up wide, the legs open up a little bit as well. Just feel your body settle down into the ground, into a feeling of stillness. Let's take a long breath in through the nose. Start to fill up the chest and the belly. Inhale. And exhale, side out. Take another full breath in the nose. Fill up the body. Exhale and release it out the mouth. Let's lift our knees up over the hips. Lift the arms up over the shoulders. Give the legs and a little shake and the wrists a little spin. You could draw the legs into the chest cannonball if you want to. Then we can just turn over to the side and then eventually stand up on our feet. Come on up. Hey, welcome. It's so good to have you joining in, Nelly. This is what we're listening to. I love seeing people join in after the class starts. It always gives me a nice warm feeling in my heart. It's so good to have you. Let's stand up on the feet. Take the feet to touching, hands to touching at the heart center, standing nice and tall on the spine. Lifting the heart. Let's take a few circular breaths with the arms, filling the lungs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, sliding the hands down. Again, reach up with the arms, deep breath in. Exhale, hands past heart. And reach up, big circle. Hands to heart, breathe out. Two more like that, big circle looking up. Hands to heart, breathe out. Last one, big circle, reach up. Hands to heart, breathe out. Relax the hands beside the hips. Take a nice long breath in through the nose, just in this standing position here. And out through the nose this time. Let's lift our right knee up. We're going to hover the knee just in front of the hip. Open the knee to the side. This is a great way of just figuring out how far the leg wants to move on its own. Then bring that foot to the inner leg. Hands to heart center. And focus inwards on your breathing. Let's stand here for about the next 10 breaths in and out the nose. softly push the leg and foot together to find that strength in the midline of the body. Let's move that right knee forwards with a breath in. Lower the foot, breathe out. And try this on the opposite side, just keeping the hands softly at the heart center, drawing that left foot to the inner calf muscle. And standing nice and tall. So today, this practice for me is going to be about kind of finding a bit of relaxation in my mind and trying to maybe bring that with the physical body, the sense of how I'm using my body. So if I'm pushing and pulling with the legs and arms in every pose, then maybe the mind is also in that same state. Let's see if we can just go inwards into the feeling of the calmness of the body. You don't have to always kind of use the muscles all the time so much in every pose. And then maybe take a listen to some of the words that are coming through in this track. It's really lovely. Let's move the knee forwards, breathe in. Lower the foot down to the earth, breathe out. Reach up, inhale together. Interlace those hands above your head. We're going to side bend up and over to the right hand side. I just hope my mic isn't rubbing too much here. I think it's okay. Let's rise back up. Exhale to the left side, opening up that right hand side of the torso now. Use your breath in today's class. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's come back up to the center now, rising, reaching up and relaxing the arms down in front of your shoulders. Fingertips point forward, step your feet apart. Squat the bum and hips down and back, powerful pose. Relax the shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your legs by finding a nice shape for the toes, for the feet. Five more breaths in and out. Remember, you don't have to stay down low the whole time for these last 2 breaths in and out the nose. And rising up and relaxing the arms for a moment. Roll the shoulders up and back. Relax the feet, relax the legs. Move around just a little bit. Let's lift up onto the fronts of the feet. This is just like the red parts of the sock. Lifting up the heels. The arms level off. And we squat down. And could you do this pose in a relaxed way, even though it's an active posture? Less lifting in the heels. Relaxed in the breathing. Last breath in. And out, rise up. Relax the arms and the feet. Step your feet together and reach up with your arms. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, swing your right arm underneath your left arm. Bind elbows, palms, and forearms together. I've never done teaching with a sweater on. I'm not sure if it's working too well. Squat, bend the knees, lift your right leg over your left leg and squeeze your thighs together. Stay there, take a few breaths in and out through the nose, and I'll be right back with you. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to take that sweater off without making a ton of racket. All right, so we're in the right side of eagle. That's a little bit more comfortable. Let's take another breath in and out. Let's expand our way to the ceiling. Expand those arms up, reach up tall. Left arm under right arm. Oh, my arms and shoulders feel so free. Not being in that big bulky sweater. Lift the left leg over the right leg and squeeze. One more breath in. Left foot down, reach the arms up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Relax the shoulders. Bend the knees, step the feet together, squat down and back into twist here. Moving the right side down, left side up, rolling the spine into a rotation here. And then breathing, trying to maintain that calmness in the body. I liked what Ina was sharing at the beginning of class there, if you weren't here, about how right now with full moons representing kind of a coming back together of family or a reconnection. Maybe that's your intention for class tonight, somewhere like that. Take one more breath in. Back to center. Reach up, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Let's bend the knees, squat down, and do the opposite side of our rotation. So the left side down, right side up, palms still pressing together, elbows somewhere on the knee or something like that. I like to put my elbow right between my knees. Seems to work really well for me. You could try that if going for the outer knees a bit too far away. One last breath in. On the exhale that you take, come back to center. Reach up on your next breath in. And sweep the arms back behind you. Place them onto the bum. Going to come into a back bend. Drawing the elbows closer together. And then lifting the spine up and back. So that the hips stay over the feet, but the spine kind of lifts into the back bend. I gotta say, yoga feels pretty fantastic today for me in my body, especially after being seated at a desk for like 14 hours yesterday during the election. Oh, it feels good to move and stretch. Take a deep breath in and come back up. Relax the arms, come up to the top of the mat. Step the right leg back. Once the right leg is stepped back, you can swing the arms back next to the hips and just hold right there in the runner's lunge. Let's try a little twist in the lunge. So right hand to left thigh, left hand to hip, rolling this right side of the spine down, left side of the spine up. One more breath in. Untwist the spine. Let's bring the hands back to the hips and then step the back foot forwards. Let's step the left foot back now. So any length of step back doesn't need to be super long. Remember that your intention can be found inside the posture. Reach the arms back. You can embody reconnection, connecting your breathing with the physical body, the act of breathing with the thought of breathing brings that connection inwards. Doing great. Hold here for just 2 more breaths in and out the nose. Or if you'd like to, you can move into the twist. Take that left hand to the thigh, right hand to the hip, rolling the spine into the twist. And breathing in and out just a few times in the twist. Come back to the center. Hands to hips, bend the back knee, step forwards. Awesome. And you're gonna let your feet come about hip width apart or so. Once your feet are about hip width apart, we're gonna try a forward fold, then we'll move into some of the warrior poses. So the feet are just comfortable, bend the knees, slide the hands down the legs. Fingertips touch the toes. Reach your hands underneath the feet one at a time. Let the head hang down. Feel the opening in the low back, moving up the spine. The back of the thighs, hamstrings. Press the feet down into the floor. Let's let go. Bring the fingertips back to the thighs, hips, and stand all the way back up. Turn the left toes forwards. Step the right leg back for warrior 2. Open up those arms, level them off to the floor, and then give it a lunge forwards, knee over ankle. Make this class tonight about breathing. In and out, calming the body. Different things will come to you in your day, right? There might be challenging days, there might be easy days, fun days, sad days. And we can always show up in our breathing. Let's put the hands on the hips. We're going to bring the left elbow down to the left thigh. Just relaxing down like this. Reaching up with the right arm. For bent leg triangle, option to extend that left arm down in front of the thigh, or just stay resting and breathing. Let's come back up to warrior two. Hands to the hips again, straighten the front leg. Turn left toes to face sideways. Turn the right toes to face the back of the mat now. Level off the arms to the floor. Lunge the knee, the right knee, over top of the right ankle. Ground down through the heels. Feel grounded through your breathing. Put the hands to the hips. You're going to bring the right elbow down to the thigh now. Reach the left arm up. You could also put your palm on your thigh like this. And that could be a great variation. Feels nice for me because it's less crunched into the right hip. Going down like this, kind of the right hip's getting quite folded. And coming up like that just feels nice. Take another deep breath in. Rise back up to warrior two. Put the hands on your hips now. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes sideways. So now you're in a wide-legged position. And we'll try wide-legged forward fold now. So hands are on the hips. Fold over top of the hips. Bending at the hips. Bending the knees a little bit too. You can just softly bend those knees. Fingertips down to the floor. Feel the opening coming into the back body. Thanks for showing up on your yoga mat today. There are days where it's easy to show up. There are days where it's hard to show up. Our breath's always there for us. And whatever type of day we've had before the class that we take. Letting the body relax for a moment into the breathing. And let's come back up onto our feet, standing up. Walk your feet together. Turn to face forwards on your yoga mat. Swing the arms back next to the hips. So step the right leg back also. And just straighten the leg. Try to go through a few balancing postures in the sequence tonight. Right side first, followed by the left side, okay? So right foot back on the floor, maybe lifted. Either or. We're going to slowly turn this into dancer's pose, reaching the left arm forwards, reaching the right arm back, kick the right heel to your bum, grab hold of the foot, and then kick and reach and breathe. My balance is not very good tonight, I'm noticing. I feel very off balance. Not sure what's going on, but that's just today. Let's come back up into tree pose, right side tree pose, hands to heart. All right, let's lower that foot to the floor, relaxing tree pose. Oh, and what's the difference between the sides of the body? The right leg, the left leg. Right hip, the left hip. Arm, spine. Let's try toppling tree on the left leg. So take that left leg back, straighten it out on the floor by pressing the toe into the floor. Reach the arms back. If you want to, float the leg. If not, don't worry about it yet. Stay right as you are. And slowly moving into dancer's pose. Kick the left heel back to the bum. Reach the right arm up. Grab hold of the foot with the left hand. And kick back a little bit, reach up a little bit. All right, let's rise up and go into tree pose on the same side. You can do this. Take that left foot to the inner leg, hands to the heart center. Palms and feet press into center line. All right, move the knee forwards, breathe in. Lower the foot, exhale. And just find some gentleness in the body right here. Gentle movement, legs move and arms. Whatever it might mean, just close your eyes. You know, you're in your space. Perhaps you're alone. You know, I'm alone in my space now, just kind of just finding some space and movement in your body here. I like to just go wherever it goes. You don't have to do anything. You could just feel awkward in your body for a few moments. That's sometimes how I feel. You're not alone. And then we're going to come down onto our backs. If that was too weird for you, that's okay. It's over now. So come lay down onto your back into Shavasana. Let your whole body relax down. So we're halfway through our class here. Just settle right down and move into a few nice stretches on the back. Let both legs relax, let the arms relax beside your hips. You can close your eyes at this point and just listen to the instructions and just kind of trust that that will be enough. You're going to pull your right leg into your chest, grab on the hamstring and back of the knee. Let the shoulders relax. And then gently pull that right leg into the chest, looking for a stretch in the groin and the hip, or both. It's only a breath away. Let's hug the left leg in next. Extend that right leg out all the way. Grab hold of the left hamstring. Pull that left leg into the chest as gently as you need to find that stretch. Drop both knees into the chest. Grab the hands behind the thighs. Hold your hands together. And just softly roll left and right in this little cannonball shape. Nice. Let's move into a little bit of core focus here. So you're going to let go of the legs. Put the feet back down onto the floor. Simple crunches, hands behind the head or beside the ears. Feet on the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale and lift up. Lower down, inhale. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Let's do 5 more sit-ups here, just like this. You can do this. Last one. Nice work. You can keep doing sit-ups if you want to. Nobody's going to stop you. Let's move into bridge pose though. All right, so walking the feet close to the bum, pressing the feet down into the ground and lifting up through the hips. To stretch out the pelvis, the groin, the abdomen. Squeeze the bum muscles together to lift the hips up just a little tiny bit more. Put your hands on your stomach and expand the belly into the hands. Inhale. Exhale, relax the belly. One more, expand the belly into the palms. Big rounded belly. Exhale, belly comes back in. Relax the spine down to the floor. Hips on the ground. Let's slowly turn over so that we're eventually on our stomachs next, okay? There's no rush to get there. You could stay here on your back as long as you want to. If you're going to flip over onto your stomach, the next pose we're going to do is baby cobra. We're going to do a series of spinal strengthening postures to work the back body muscles. So you're going to squeeze the glute muscles together, press the hips down, and extend and lift and lengthen the spine forwards and up. Crown of the head forwards, tippy toes pressed down into the floor. Swing the arms back next to the hips, interlace the hands above the bum, press back through the knuckles, arms long, lift the legs up a little tiny bit too, and point the toes back. Crown of the head forwards, toes back. Take your heels to your bum, grab onto those feet from the outside edges, begin to look forwards a little bit more in front of you. As you kick back, lift the chest up, and keep breathing. Last breath in. And exhale, release the legs. Put your palms beneath your chest and lift back up to tabletop. Let's go to shift the hips back towards the heels for child's pose. So hips to heels, forehead and arms forwards. And your whole body kind of relaxing down and forwards in this child's pose. Or you can do upright heroes in preparation for reclining heroes. So this is the pose that's upright heroes. I'm doing it right now. We just sit on the shins. After child's pose or seated heroes, we're going to go to reclining heroes. So walk forwards to the top of the mat or with enough room to lean back. That's the idea. And then you're going to touch the toes together and lean back onto the hands or elbows. Stretching the quads. Option to come down a little further onto the elbows. Or all the way down onto your spine or back, if that is where you want to go today with it. If you're doing reclining hero one leg at a time, you can swap sides now. Might be a nice time. I know a few practitioners that attend classes do one side at a time. Start to rise back up. Put your hands where your elbows were. Come back up onto your knees. We're going to stand up on the knees, top of the yoga mat. Hands onto the bum muscles. Feel the blood returning to the shin area, the feet. You could curl the toes under so that your heels are lifted higher up. Toes curled underneath the heels. Draw the elbows closer together behind your spine and then lift up and back with the chest. Finding spaciousness in the hips and the belly and the heart. Remember that any emotions that come up before, during, or after your practice are okay. And show up for your breathing, process what you're feeling. Let's rise back up, lifting the heart. Sit the bum down onto the heels now. We'll just stay in toe stand for a moment. So this is bum on top of heels, on top of the front pad of the feet. Close your eyes. 3 more breaths in seated toe stand here. Next, we're going to move into pigeon pose. So we're going to come onto the right side. Let's first go to downward facing dog and lift the hips up in the air. Kick the right leg up, breathe in. Exhale, draw the right knee behind the right wrist, swivel the shin underneath your pelvis. Walk your left leg back, relax it down. And then come on down into your elbows or stay up on the hands. So we want to be feeling that stretch in the right bum muscle in this position. If you're not feeling it here, maybe lay down on your back and you thread the needle instead of pigeon. That might be a nice posture for you to do. Another one that can work well is square pose. Shoelace. With the legs, the shins stacking on top of one another. Maybe after pigeon today, we'll just quickly go over shoelace. Relax your breathing. Take a sigh if you need to. Slowly make your way back up onto the palms. So you're going to press down with your elbows, back up onto the hands. We're going to walk back to our tabletop position, which is hands and knees. Walk the left knee forwards, swivel the shin beneath your pelvis, relax the right leg back behind you, kind of wiggling or inching it back. I almost said winching it back, wiggle and inch. Come down onto the elbows if you desire. You can rest your forehead on top of stacked palms. Ideally, something soft, as the tissue of the forehead is actually fairly soft itself. So we don't want to go into something too dense. Take another few breaths in and out the nose. They could be shallow breaths. They could be deep or full. It doesn't matter so much. Just be present for your breathing. Let's use the hands to come down and push down, and with the hands, lift back up. We're going to sit down into the bum, facing forwards. Have the left shin in front of you. Stack the right shin on top of the left. It's kind of like this. And we're going to have this leg kind of hovering, or some people, when they go to shoelace, will actually be able to kind of wrap up the legs around one another. Put the hands down beside the hips and feeling this in the hips. So this is the shoelace variation, and then square poses, or like forwards like this, less wrapped up in the legs. And I benefit from putting a block beneath my knee or holding the knee just gently like this. Let's try it on the other side. All right, so uncross the legs, put the right leg down first, cross the left thigh or ankle on top of the leg, and support. Two more breaths in and out the nose. Uncrossing those legs, however you got into that pose. Getting down onto your back next. Okay, folks, so just turn and lay down. Let's twist hips to the left, knees to the right. Another way to get into this posture is actually lift the knees into the air like this, way up high, and then just let the whole set of the knees go over to the right hand side. Open up the arms. You could look over to the left side if you want to, expanding that stretch into the neck area. Come out of the side of the twist, head first, legs back to center. Try it on the opposite side, so knees over to the left. Upper body expands open as wide as you want it. Make some space for yourself to feel this twist tonight. Knees back up to center. Soles of the feet touching. Knees open apart. Last posture before we lay down on our backs for final resting Shavasana. Put your hands in your stomach and breathe in and out a few times, letting the belly expand into the hands. Extend your legs all the way to final Shavasana. Both legs out. Arms expand, find space. Yoga practice can be like a good friend that's always there for you. Whether you've had a good day and you want to tell them about it, or whether you've had a bad day and you want somebody to kind of console you and help you through it, the breath is like the best friend. It's always there for you to show up right there in the moment for the feeling that you're having. Thank you so much for tuning into the experience tonight, for showing up for your breathing, for maybe creating an intention that worked for you tonight, but also trying a class that was a little bit softer. Thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for the support in the practice tonight. I really value your support. Namaste. I'll see you tomorrow in the evening. Take care.